What online home searches don't tell you when buying a house. This is Brandon Fox with the Fox Real Estate Group. Thanks for watching. We're going to talk through some of the pluses and minuses of using the online home searches. Most people, when they start their home search, they go to Zillow, they go to Redfin, they go to Realtor.com. And there are some good things about these sites, but there's definitely some things that they're not necessarily telling you. And so we're going to go through in this video the things to look for, what to watch for, and then when to contact an agent in that process. So as we go through this, again, like, subscribe, watch our content every week. We appreciate it. But first, we're gonna talk about what the true value of a home is. We hear this all the time from people starting their home shopping online and also potential sellers looking at what their home may be worth is when a website, Zillow, Redfin, or other website says a home is worth $650,000, is it really worth that? And so one of the things that we look at when a home says it's worth a certain valuation online is, as a realtor, we look what's going on around that home. How do the neighborhood lines fall? Is there any updates that the home has had? Does the home have a new roof? Does the home have a new kitchen? How does the flow of the floor plan look? All these things that are really important to buyers, but the online home searches don't necessarily take into account when they create their valuations. Their valuations are purely built on algorithms. And algorithms can help you both say your home is worth more than it is, or say it's worth less than it is. You may have a home that sells from you 3 blocks away that is a similar sized home, but in maybe not as nice of a neighborhood. That's gonna bring your home value down, where the online algorithms don't necessarily know that your home is in a great neighborhood or great pocket. If you go through and you spend $50,000 remodeling your kitchen, that online algorithm doesn't know that you spent $50,000 remodeling your kitchen, and that may have a dramatic increase on your home's valuation. So looking at that price and saying, is that the true value of the home, is not accurate at all. One of the things to look for when you're searching online, and we hear this all the time, is how long a home has been on the market. Some people may see a home that's been on the market 30, 40, 50 days and think, what's wrong with this home? What that doesn't take into account is, what is the seller's motivation? What is the seller's pricing strategy? What is the marketing strategy that the agent is using to attract buyers? All of these things go into the fact of how a home is going to be staged and when it will be sold. And you don't necessarily see that on the online searches. You may have a seller that says, I want to shoot high on my price and I want to strategically bring it down until we get it sold over the span of 4 months. Now, just because that home started above market value and they're strategically bringing it down doesn't mean there's anything wrong with the home. It just means that the seller's pricing strategy and the motivation aren't at the current market levels now. Now, one thing I will caution, that doesn't mean you can't write an offer on that home. Sellers want to see offers and they want to have a conversation and get the process started. So absolutely, if you think a home is overpriced, definitely go take a look at it and then decide where you want to write an offer. What I will say too is one of the next most important things that we hear and see from online shoppers is the pictures are not a true reflection of what the home really is. When I say that, there are really good photographers and there are really bad photographers, and you will notice the difference immediately when you walk in. One thing I have said to many of my clients and given feedback to other agents is they should make scratch and sniff listing photos. You can't smell if there's any pet smells in a home, smoking odor, anything like that from the pictures. And quite often too, like we were talking about with good pictures and bad pictures, you will show up to a home and the photos are way better than what the current condition is. They may have left out the fact that there's a rundown home next door. They may have moved some things around in the photos. They may have used some AI editing, which is starting to be common now. And then on the opposite side of it, you may have photos that are not that great. The seller didn't get their home in top-notch, pristine order prior to the photos. And if that's the case, you can often be surprised when you show up and the home is in a better condition than you think. And when you look at both sides of that coin, if you show up to a home and the home is in worse condition than you think, that's gonna bring down the offer prices. Now, if you show up to a home and it's in better condition, that's going to limit the number of people that were showing up at that home to see it, because many would have ruled it out online And that's going to put you in a better negotiation strategy to get a great home at a better price. So going and taking a look at these homes and using the photos as an initial search tool, but not ruling out on the online or on the in-person showings. You're probably asking yourself right now, are online home searches just awful? Absolutely not. Online home searches are a great spot for people to start their home search because it can give you a lot of information about a wide area really fast and help you narrow it down. From that, you can look at different schools, you can look at different neighborhoods, you can look at different price points, you can look at different communities, all of these different things to compare homes at a very quick, high-level way to then decide where do you want to refine your search? When do you want to go, where do you want to refine that to find that perfect home for you, for a price, a size, a square footage, a lot size, all of these things where you can start whittling this down to find the perfect home for you in just getting started. And this is, you can do all of this from sitting on your couch in your PJs, which gives you a great way to start. And then when you start going out to look at homes, you're that much more educated on what the market is. So there are a lot of great tools on the online searches, but they do not replace the use of a great realtor. After you've started your search online, that's when it's time to reach out to an agent like me or our team, Fox Real Estate Group, because the details truly matter in what we're looking for there. When you want to start looking at a home, and we go look at a home, the details will matter in that. And when I say the details, I'm talking about if it's a home you're interested in, how long has it been on the market? Can we find out what the buyer's or the seller's motivation is? Can we find out what kind of showing activity they've had? Can we attend an open house and see if there's been a lot of activity at that open house? What are the different things that a top agent can do to help you understand what's going on in that specific market, in that specific neighborhood, to truly understand the comparable sales in that area? What are the other competing homes in that specific area to making sure you're getting a great home at a great price without overpaying and getting into the home when you are looking to get into that home. And through that process, you can watch some of our other videos about inspections and different things and how that process works. A lot of great information on that, but the details really matter when you start your home search. Start online, look at some of those sources, reach out to a local agent, and the details will matter in getting you into that home. So just remember, if you're starting your home search online, that's great. And when it comes time to start looking at homes, that's great. That's when you need the expert help of a great local realtor. Feel free to reach out to me or my team at the Fox Real Estate Group, 360-947-0803. Like, subscribe, DM us on Instagram or Facebook. Any of those ways, just reach out to get a great local realtor to help you learn the details and make sure that you get into that great home at a great price.